Oh my gosh, Kev, I am so frustrated.
Why? What happened?
I worked late last night. On top of doing this, I
Mhm.
come home, the kitchen is dirty, there's no food on the table, like, and my boyfriend is just sitting there relaxing as if I'm supposed to do that after I get off of work after a long, hard day. What's up with that?
Mm. So obviously Lena felt some type of way
I
today.
am.
All right. This is something I've been wanting to talk about for a minute. How y'all just love to complain about everything,
Oh
about
my
what y'all do and
goodness.
the way y'all carry in a relationship. So today on Love is under construction. It's all about switching positions.
So was I bugging? Like,
Nah, you definitely have a right to feel some type of way, but being that you're the woman of the house, isn't it your job to cook?
not to me, especially if I'm the breadwinner.
Or you the breadwinner? So you just don't you be throwing that in his face? Like
No, I definitely don't throw it in his face because at
oh,
the end of the day, I don't want to kill my man pride, or make him feel like he's low. I would never tell him that.
so you guys don't have like a schedule of who cooks? Like what's the or your work schedule? Like do you he gets off I'm assuming that he gets off before you.
Yes, he
Okay.
does. And usually I cook on the weekends.
Mhm.
That's all I mean because my weekends are freed up. But throughout the week,
So
it's all on him.
why can't you prep the meal or cook the meal the day or the night before or something?
Again, that's
Like
up to him to do. If I'm at work all day, focusing on two jobs on top of having a child, I'm not going to want to come home to cook and clean. It should be done.
I feel you. Do he know how to cook?
Yes, he
You
does.
know?
He does. He's really good at cooking.
I mean, I understand that, but and the dishes too. He could have did the dishes. I agree with you. He definitely could have did that.
Right. So, how do you feel as far as the man and the woman roles in the relationship go? As far as the relationship goes,
I feel like it's certain stuff a man should do and certain stuff a woman should do.
such as
Normally, the guy is responsible for the bills,
okay.
like all the bills in the house and groceries and buying clothes and stuff like that and fixing stuff. That's what the men do. And the women typically are the ones that cook and clean and keep the house in order, keep the kids right, make sure the kids right.
So, like in my situation, what's the difference, or how can that be the idea of it when the woman is the one who's making the most money?
So, being that you're making the most money, should you be paying the bills? Or should that be something 50-50?
The bill part should definitely be 50-50.
Why? You making more money. So why wouldn't you, if you got it, why not take care of the bills? You expect him, you want him to cook, right? You want him to clean the dishes, right? So why can't you
I take
handle that?
care of the bills. I feel like it should be 50-50, but I take care of the bills pretty much.
So what's the, so it's 80-20? You feel like you
That's
doing more?
definitely what I feel like, especially if I'm coming home and dinner is not done and the house is a mess.
It sounds like you need a new man,
I just
honestly.
might. I just might. So, how are things with you and your girl? Who makes the most, if you don't mind me asking?
I make the most.
Okay.
And like I said, I pay the bills, I buy the groceries and stuff. And she's the one that cooks and cleans and makes sure that everything is straight in the house.
So, how are you guys able to manage that without having any hiccups or issues in fights?
Before we moved in together, that was something we sat down and discussed. Like we
Okay.
knew each other's schedule and we knew who would do what and be responsible for what. So
Right.
we did a good job of planning out to make sure we were ready and
Well,
prepared
kudos
for
to
that
you
moment.
guys. I should be taking some tips because I
Yeah.
don't know.
Whenever you want to come over to the house, we can sit
I
down with
definitely
you.
will. I
Yeah.
definitely will because he needs somebody to talk to. I can't anymore.
So how do you feel about the role that he's playing? Do you feel like it's certain stuff he should be doing or certain stuff you should be doing?
Again, yes. I feel like if I'm pretty much responsible for the bills, he should be responsible for holding down our household.
Right.
As far as making sure the cooking is done, the cleaning is done, and things are situated within my child. I shouldn't have to do all that when I get off work, especially being that I'm doing all of the bills.
Have you expressed that to him? Like, have y'all talked about it? Is this an ongoing?
And also, this is where I'm frustrated. this is something that has been going on for a while now. It's like, what has to give?
Mm.
So that brings me to say, do you feel like the breadwinner should wear the pants in the relationship?
No, the man, the man wears the pants of the relationship.
How, if he's not doing his part, if he's not doing his manly duties, how can you?
That has nothing to do with the fact that you make more money. Just because you make more money doesn't mean you wear the pants.
Well, to
The
me, it does.
the man,
Because if
the
I'm
man.
feeding all of us,
See, you on that new age, 20. You on that new age, 2017.
I'm just being honest. And I'm sure it's a lot of women who feel the same. I don't want to come home after a hard day's work to have to cook and clean.
I feel you, bro.
Something should be done. Something should be done. I mean, I'm not a maid. It's not like I live by myself. So I'm responsible for all of that stuff. No, I have a partner who we are supposed to be able to do those things together and work
Right.
as a team.
And you just said partner, but before you said you was talking about wearing the pants. Like, honestly, I don't feel like it should be any wearing of pants. I feel like it should be 50-50. Y'all should be equal.
So are we speaking in terms of the bills or the relationship?
The bills. If you're making more money, I feel like you should take care of a larger portion of the bills.
Okay. So it's not 50-50.
As far as that, no. But there's other stuff, like as far as the cooking and cleaning and taking care of the house and stuff. All of that should be 50-50.
You think so? Overtime, going to work, killing yourself, making sure we all eat and have a place to stay.
How many hours a week he work? He could be tired too.
Not as tired as me.
Why?
Because I work more.
That don't mean nothing. What type of job does he have? What type of job do you
have?
have?
Very, very physical job. And again, I do this and I also have another physical job. So it's taxing on me as well.
So what about the child? What about the kid situation? Does the child go to daycare, or like who watches the child? Does he pick up the child after work? Do you pick up the child? How does that?
My baby is in school. And when he gets out of school, he goes with grandma, my mother, until my boyfriend gets him. Okay. So pretty much while I'm at work, someone has to be taking care of the baby. I can't do it.
After his shift, he's responsible for going to get the kid and then coming home and cooking, making sure the dishes and everything are all set. If I'm hearing you correctly.
Right. But in the same token, as far as the child goes, once I get home, that's me. I don't mind. That's my baby. I got to take care of the baby. But I mean, in terms of things being done as far as dinner and dishes, come on.
At least he could order out or something. At least he could do that.
Something so a girl can eat.
So after you eat, you gonna give him some dessert, or
he can have as much dessert as he wants, just as long as them chores is done. I'm saying, like,
it sounds like you expect him to do certain things because he's there, he's home. It's stuff that he should be doing and taking care of.
Exactly.
Is there any way you guys can like switch that or work around it or come up with a alternative?
Alternative would be me not working. And I'm not going to be a stay-at-home mom. I need all of my coins.
Why you can't be a stay-at-home?
I want my coins.
But what if he got it, though? What if he got a good enough job to where you don't have to work?
Why it doesn't matter. I still want a sense of independence because everything doesn't last forever now.
A side hustle or a little business or something, but you don't have to go punch in for somebody. You don't have to do that. If he got it.
I don't have to, but I choose to again. Because what if he chooses to leave?
Right.
I need some income for my baby and for myself.
Are y'all married?
No, we are not married.
Well, are you saving the money that you made? Are you putting a little something up?
Yes, I would like to get a house. I would like to be married, and of course, I'm putting money aside for my son, for his future. So that's why I work so much. That's why I go to work and work hard for our future.
So let's talk about chores around the house. I feel like it's certain stuff that a woman should be doing.
Oh my goodness!
And there's certain stuff a man should be doing. For example, a woman should be cooking, cleaning,
Hmm.
looking after the kids,
Okay.
pleasing your man.
So I take it you grew up. Well, first of all, let me ask you this: did you have both of your parents in the household?
Fortunately, yes. I'm blessed.
Good, awesome. Me too. So is that what you're used to seeing? Is that why you feel that way?
I would say yes. That's what I'm used to. So automatically, I'm going into the moving or the living situation with that mindset that this is how it should go.
Okay, so what if your girlfriend made more than you?
What does that have to do with anything?
Does that essentially mean the duty should change because she's the breadwinner?
No, not at all. If we both work in 40-hour jobs, just because you're making more doesn't mean I should be doing
Okay, let
more.
me rephrase that. Making more and working more. So she's away from the house more than you are. So you would want her to come home to cook and clean as well.
In that case, that situation would be different.
Okay.
I would have to pick up the slack and do stuff that she normally would do, but she can't do because she's at work.
So you pretty much are saying if you guys work both the same amount of hours and you're away from the house the same amount of time,
Mhm.
coming home, everything should be split.
Exactly.
Okay.
And some things a man should be doing are typical guy things, fixing stuff.
Okay.
Like I was saying earlier.
Do you think this whole idea of having gender roles in a relationship can cause issues?
It depends on the people in the relationship. If both people are okay with the quote unquote roles that they have, there isn't any issue.
So
But
going back,
if there's some disconnect and disagreement, then obviously, yeah, it will cause issues.
okay. So going back to what you were saying before, pretty much just having a plan devised as of who does what before thinking about having a living arrangement.
Right.
And making sure both parties agree to it.
Right. So it sounded like y'all was just so excited to move in
We
together.
were. We jumped right into it. We did. We did. I can honestly say that. And because of that, now we are suffering. I'm suffering, at least.
So if you could go back, would you?
Definitely. We definitely. But another thing I could also say too, I didn't plan on working as much as I do. So, things change.
Mm-hmm.
So even though like in your situation, you may be working 40 hours, she may be working 40 hours, be mindful that things may change.
And a woman also should be doing the laundry,
Oh my
folding
god.
the clothes. I could iron my own shirt, but it would be nice if she could do that from time to time. Like no man should be folding clothes.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Not even for the kids?
I mean, he could help you out if you tired or whatever, but
Okay. So ideally for me, I would like it to be 50-50. I get that. Build everything 50-50. But it's not. So I guess when I come home, it should at least be 50-50. If, again, I'm already working a lot. So do I want to be doing all that by myself? No. You should be helping me, especially if you have kids involved, guys. Help your partner out because you're essentially not taking care of the household for you two, but for other entities as well. So it definitely has to be teamwork. So my question for you, Kev, would be since, you have pretty traditional views, do you feel like the woman should be submissive to her man? Or do you feel like that's only for marriage?
Absolutely. No matter if it's
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
No matter if y'all just dating, if it's a relationship, marriage, a woman should definitely be submissive.
So what is your definition of submissive?
Submissive to me is letting a man be a man. Like don't challenge him. Just let him be in control and in charge of things. I'm not saying you can't give your views and opinions and express how you feel, how y'all love to do.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm just saying, like, if your man makes a decision about something or anything, just
Anything? We
yeah,
shouldn't challenge it at all.
y'all can have a talk about it, but ultimately you should trust your man enough and believe in your man enough that he making the best decision for both of y'all.
Okay. I understand what you're saying. And again, how you feel and your views have a lot to do with the fact you grew up with both of your parents. And again, I did too. But if you want to be technical, that submissive part doesn't come until I got that ring on my finger. And I don't mean engagement, I mean actually married. So I'm not going to submit to any man if we're not married, relationship or not.
So why would a man want to be with a woman? Why am I going to go out and get a ring if you can't show me that you can be submissive to me?
We're not married. Submission comes after marriage.
I'm
with
saying
marriage.
that's what we're working towards. But if you're not showing no submissive traits, you're not getting no ring from me.
Okay,
if I feel like you're going to challenge me about everything and question everything, if you can't follow my lead, you're not getting no ring from me.
But if we're not married, there's no lead.
But that's the ultimate goal, though.
Right, but there's no lead. Like you say, it's 50-50. Everything is 50-50, right? That's what you said. There's no lead to follow until we are married. I'm entitled to my views and opinions. I'm entitled to challenge you. I'm entitled as an individual who is not your wife.
After you're married, then you don't have any more entitlement. That's what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying is after we're married, I'm going to be submissive. I'm not going to challenge you in all of the things that you were saying before. Then I feel like they will apply. But until we're married, then
women just complicate things with that mindset.
Not necessarily. I just feel like when you guys think about gender roles, we automatically should be submissive to you. Right. Missing the whole marriage aspect of it.
So you're speaking within the confines of marriage strictly. That's the only time a woman should be submissive to her dude.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And you know what? I may stir the pot, but let's stir it. That is what it is. That's how I feel.
So your parents,
mm-hmm.
How long were they together before they got married?
My parents were together for, if you guys are listening to this, I'm sorry. I believe 27 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And were they married the whole time?
No, they were together for 27 years before they were married.
Oh, okay. So how long were they married?
5. So they've been together 32 years.
Okay. So
and unmarried 27.
Do you think that your mother was submissive to your father for those 27 years?
Yeah, and I'm going to say yes because that's her nature. It has nothing to do with her just being submissive because he wanted her to be. But that's my mom's nature.
She wanted to submit to him.
I would assume so. I'm assuming. Well, that's So that's what I'm getting from it.
You're a woman that doesn't want to submit to your man until you get that ring.
Exactly. Why am I submitting to you if you're showing me why am I submitting to you if I don't know I'm the woman you want to be with for the rest of your life?
But your mom got that ring, right?
That's my mother and my father. Those are two different people in a different situation.
But that's a great model for you to follow. Like it's
not a great model for me to follow because I don't want to be unmarried for 27 years.
I feel you. But I'm saying
so obviously it wasn't something going too right.
As far as them still being together.
Okay.
Like you should want that.
I want the longevity, yes. And I want the ring before 27 years. I want the ring held before 10 years.
What if he's not ready though?
Then I'm going to be ready to be looking for another man.
You going to start all over just because he's not ready?
A decade? I can see if we were together young.
If you're absolutely ready, why can't you propose to him?
I don't believe in that
Why?
because I feel like the man should propose.
There's plenty of women who have proposed to their husbands.
That's them, but I want my husband to propose to me.
Mm.
And like you say, if
So
I'm ready and he's not ready, why would I make myself look stupid? Because 9 times out of 10, he may say no.
So you feel like it's a man's job to propose?
Correct, I do. Do not try to switch my words or anything. I have my views and opinions. They may seem off to others or, backwards, but that's just how I see things.
Well, I guess at the end of the day, I'm looking from a more traditional view.
Okay, so would you want your girl to propose to you?
In terms of that, no, I would propose to my girl. I'm speaking in terms of the relationship altogether and the gender roles.
Okay, I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Part of the reason I feel the way I feel is because I have yet to deal with the man who makes me feel like I want him to take the lead. If you catch him when I'm putting down.
So you've been dealing with weak men?
I won't say weak, but I've been dealing with men that haven't really, I guess, showed me that they're ready for the whole commitment.
But maybe you haven't shown those men that you're ready and in position to be a wife. Have you ever thought about that?
I'm still young.
So he can use the same excuse then. That's the excuse. I'm still young.
For me to want to take your lead, no. You can't use that as an excuse. You're still young. That's totally different. We're talking about marriage versus taking the lead.
My question to you would be, do you want to submit to a man? Because I know women who
do. That's a great question.
And, like strong women, strong independent women.
And I would classify myself as, yes, a strong independent woman, but essentially, yeah, I do want a man I can submit to, because if I'm submitting to you before we married, then you must have that good, or, I know you the one. So, of course, essentially, yeah, I would like that.
I feel like the whole submission thing stems from a traditional viewpoint. Mm-hmm. And now millennials here in 2017, women are becoming a lot more independent.
Right.
As opposed to old days, women were dependent on their husband. But I can say that it has to be something. I feel like there's something to the traditional way, because older relationships tend to last longer than they do today. I feel like today there's a lot of divorces left and right, and
not just divorces either, guys, but breakups too.
Right. So there has to be, like, what happened? Where did the ties change?
And you're right, and I agree with that too, but a lot of it also comes from commitment, and people seem to forget what that word commitment is. All right, guys, so you know what time it is. Earlier this week, there was a video circulating from the event that we all know as the Carabano Fest in Toronto. The video was of a young woman who was supposedly drunk, and she was getting pretty well acquainted with a group of about 10 men. So here's what she had to say about the whole situation. Quote, "Since the video went viral, I have been living in Karma's finest establishment, but my lease is almost up. Ignorance is what has pushed this whole thing as far as it has gone. That is all right. But the thing is, I'm fine, and I'm going to stay fine. Because if I let you win and let you define me, this means I am no different than you all. I would never take advantage of someone or share their misery for a view. My values aren't the same as many of yours. I will not let a bunch of hypocrite social conformists dictate my worth or my life. Who you've seen in the video isn't the best version of me, and it is not all of me, but I have nothing to prove to anyone any longer. I know who I am. My bounce back is coming." End quote. Now, me, myself, I don't know about the rest of you ladies, but I've never been drunk to the point of where My breasts are hanging all out, and there are multiple men who I don't even know are groping on me. Now, let's not get it confused. We know how crazy the Carabana Fest is known to being. But at the same time, if you can't hold your liquor, you don't need to drink, especially from the looks of it. Old girl might have a man at home. So, regardless of how turned you are and how many drinks you had, it does not justify you being a thought and evidently wanting some attention for probably about 10 seconds of fame. So, whatever your name is, baby girl, come on. Don't forget your morals. You need to stop. All right, guys, that's all we have for this episode of Love is Under Construction. We hope you enjoyed. It's your girl, Lena.
And your boy Kev. And don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter.
And subscribe to our YouTube channel at Love is Under Construction.
Thank you for listening.